Poly packs. All right, guys. Now that I've gone through all of these vintage boxes over the last few videos or so, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to consolidate them all and break them out into the years and see truly how much of each set I have. So it's gonna take a little while. Break this up into some small chunks, but then we'll get started and see what we got. All right, to be continued. All right, so we've gone through all of the vintage cards here and kind of broke them out per year, and then just got the numbering the per 100. So got the 72 tops through the 500s here. Got the 75 tops. Then we got the, what is this one? The 74 tops. And a lot of the greenbacks, they all look the same. And then the 76 tops all throughout. And as you can see too, they started at the 500s and then went to 600s. Actually, this one had the high series, so I didn't include I took the high series numbers out. But then you got 600s through the 70s, and then when you get to 78, all the way up there, oops, sorry, I've got to look where I'm pointing. 78, you start getting into the 700s. So those are the 700 cards for the 80, 79, and 78 series. So I got basically from 72 up through 80. You got a whole bunch of different sets that I can put together. I have some smaller subsets. The 73 was the only one out of the 70s. I really only had maybe 100 cards or so. Same thing with 71, had about 100 cards. So I'm going to put those aside. 70 tops. These guys were my high number packs or stack. Got some small counts for these ones in the football and the basketball. So not going to make any sets with those, 80 hockey, 79 hockey, and then early 70s football and basketball. The one subset that I did have quite a bit of was the 77 and 76 tops insert for hockey. So there's 22 cards in those, and I have most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. But then also moving on into football, right? I have the 1976 tops set here, so only out of 500 and change. And then also with the 1978 tops football, right? And then lastly, the 1977 tops football. And then I had a couple of basketball ones, right? The going into 79, 80. And where was the other one? The other one was over there somewhere, and that was 78, I think that was. So again, those were only just out of 132. So those weren't a lot to go through. And then I got 3 hockey sets as well. Late 70s hockey going into 78, and then 76 and 77. So just out of 200 and change for those. So the hockey and the basketball sets, those ones I think I have the majority of those sets. Probably about 90% of the set. And then the baseball ones, I imagine I'm going to be missing. There's going to be some duplicates in there and everything else. So I probably have maybe 70 to, maybe 60 to possibly 80% of the set. So here's what it looks like in all, right? A little snapshot. So I'm going to go pause it here and go through the painstaking task of trying to put these in order and seeing how much I actually have. But my wife wants the kitchen table back, so I got to put these cards away. All right, bye. So I made it through the football, basketball, and hockey cards. So let's just go through this, starting on the left, going to the right. So this is the football set. So this is the 1978 football set, right? I think there's 528 cards. I ended up having 459 cards out of the 528 for 87% of the complete set. So not bad. And I didn't really have too many duplicates. I think I only had, 4. So really, he had been setting this aside. So that is definitely someone specifically keeping those aside, trying to build out the set. So not bad, 87% of that set. So that'll be good. I'll post that up. This next one is the 1977 set for football, right? And this one, again, out of 528 cards, no high series or anything like that. I have 385 out of the 528. So only 73% of this set. A little bit more common, or a little bit more duplicates, but still not much. I think like what, 6? So 7 duplicates overall, which really isn't that much. So, you know, a little less, obviously a lot less than this one than the other one, but still a good percentage. Moving on to hockey, have the 1978 set here. So out of 264 cards in that set, I have 250 of them. So not bad. So pretty much 93% of the whole set, which is quite a bit. And I even think, let me make sure I got the right ones. Yeah, I actually had quite a few duplicates of it too. So what about like 25, maybe 30 duplicates. So pretty good overall. And then for the 1976 set cards, I had 228 out of 264. So I had 86% of that set. And then, and again, some, I don't know, did have some duplicates somewhere. I don't know where I put those. And then out of this set, the 1977 set, I had 218 out of 264. So 83%. So not bad. So 93%, 86%, and 83% of the complete sets for the hockey for 76, 77, and 78. And then, of course, I got a bunch of duplicates as well for the 76 series. So a lot of dupes. So I will look those up and see if those are any TTMs in there, and maybe see if some folks like looking up those guys and sending those out. For basketball, for the 1978 set, out of the 132, I had 106 cards out of this set right here. So that's 80% of the set, and I had quite a bit of duplicates. So a lot of duplicates, probably close to 40 or so duplicates of those. And then of the next year, which one was this one? I forget. Yeah, this is the 79 set. So 79 set, I had 118 out of 132. So that's 89%. So overall, the only one I had like maybe a low percentage on was the football one, was the 77 football at 73%. Everything else was 80% or more. A couple 90% in there. So pretty good overall for those years. I still have to go through the baseball. That one's going to take a lot longer time, but not bad for the hockey, for the football, and for the basketball. So I am going to post these sets on eBay, and I'll just send a link to it if you guys are interested in it. And then the duplicates, I am going to look up on the database and see who does TTMs, and then I'll give some of those cards away for those TTM fuel, if you will. All right, on to baseball. So I was able to go through and do the 1972 Topps piece here, but I missed the 1976 Topps football. And in going through the baseball, it's going to take a lot longer to go through the baseball. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a separate video just on the baseball. But you guys got to see what it looked like. You guys saw it all broken out on the table. So you realize why it's going to take a lot of time to go through. But the football, the hockey, the basketball, that stuff was quick. It was only, a couple hundred in each set, so it wasn't really too bad. First up is the 1976 set. So I went through this one. I have 384 specific cards, and I think this one is also out of 524. Or maybe actually a little bit more. It's about 530 in this set, I believe. So, again, it's roughly around 70% of the set. Not a lot of major stars in there at all, mostly commons. And I did end up with 21 duplicates. So, out of these guys. But overall, pretty nice set. I mean, all the cards were pretty clean. I would say EX or better Well, no, maybe not better, but definitely EX. Yeah, somewhere near mint, but and then somewhere a little less. Maybe some had creases and stuff like that. Like you look at this one with the corners and everything. So some of it is worse, but overall not bad. 384 different cards. Definitely good for a starter set, especially somebody looking to build this entire set. You got a good starting point here. The other one that I did, which because I didn't have a ton of those cards, but was the 1972 Topps. But I only did this one through 526, I think, because I think that's where the high series starts, somewhere in that neighborhood. So it wasn't the full set. So I have 203 unique cards, right? So no duplicates here. So 203 out of that 500 and let's say 26, just for argument's sake. So that's what's here. And then for the doubles, I actually had 129 doubles. So all these cards are the doubles that I had. So a ton of doubles in the 72, but here's the individual set, or the unique set. So pretty good from that perspective, but these cards are in much worse shape, or rougher shape. Some of them are actually in pretty pristine condition. Very few. Probably one example, well, not this one isn't the best one, but definitely one of the higher end ones. This one just had a bad corner, but everything else looked pretty good, and centering was pretty good overall, but just that one bad corner here. But most of them were more like this other one, where it was rough corners, rough four corners all around, and maybe some markings on it. So overall, I think it's maybe VG would be the condition for most of these cards. But that's what I got so far. So what I'll do is I'll break out the baseball ones on their own, because that's going to take a lot more time, and there's a lot more doubles in those, I think, than I had in the in the hockey and the basketball and football. So we'll stop it there. We'll like I said, I'll post a link to the eBay stuff. So I am starting to put some of them on slowly, some of the sets on there. Hope to have them on all by the end of next week, but take a little bit of time. It is we got wrapped up with vacation week, so it's going to be a little bit tougher getting everything out there. But hope you enjoyed this video so far, and reach out to me if you have any questions, comments on the sets so far. And like I said, I'll recap the baseball ones once I get through that. All right, guys, till the next one. See ya.